Hello, Libra. Welcome to, oh gosh, Libra. I forgot. Well, okay. So, hello, Libra. Welcome to your weekly reading for June 10th to the 16th. This is for Libra and Libra rising. And of course, we can't get into it without the whiteboard briefcase. Libra, as you know, this is going to be a big week. There's only 4 major aspects, but they're pretty significant. So let's break it down. Okay. This is the week. If you saw your last week's reading, we had Venus square Saturn, Sun square Saturn. So we're moving into all these squares, into the thickness of these squares, which can be challenging. The first one is on Tuesday, Mars squaring Pluto. All right, so this one is going to be possibly the most challenging one. All right, you may feel it for a few days. Mars squaring Pluto. These are 2 very powerful planets, and when they're in a aspect like this, you kind of see their more aggressive sides. Okay, so Mars being the planet of war and conflict, Pluto being all about destruction and intensity. So this is a time where there could be something where you feel like there may be something that is challenging around this time. And for you, Libra, honestly, Mars is in Taurus in your 8th house. Pluto is in Aquarius in your 5th house, okay? And so there could be something here with intimacy and romance and, sex, okay? These are the 2, we're all adults here. We can talk about this. These are the 2 houses in the zodiac wheel where those kind of overlap. All right. So there may be something here where you may feel a little bit of pressure around. Like there could be something here where you may feel a little bit of like, I really have to think about this moving forward in terms of, romance. But these are really, really powerful planets. They're getting together and they're just bringing a little bit of it's just honestly like Beavis and Butthead. Okay. It's Beavis and Butthead that are, come at me broing. So there could be someone, like if you are in a relationship, there could be someone that's like fishing for, like an argument, things like that could happen around this time. Now, the other thing is like Pluto in Aquarius is your 5th house. It is also like family and children. So, there could be just not seeing eye to eye with like some family or, your kids if you have some. And it also, creativity is a big thing. Okay. So you could even have like blockages, like creative blockages, like writer's block around this time. But it is possibly going to be a little bit more intense for you because it is the 8th house. Mars is in Taurus in your 8th house. Pluto is a native ruler of the 8th house. So you see that connection there. All right. So here's the other thing, Libra, is that Mars squaring Pluto is for the collective. All right. So it could also be you. It could be you that is feeling very like Godzilla, Bridezilla, whatever it is. Like you could be like, ah. So what do you do around this time? Like what's the solution here? Is just, be cool, Libra Nation. Y'all are so cool. Y'all are, you bring that balance for us, for all of us, right? You're right in the middle of the zodiac. You're all about balance. All right. So, you're also ruled by Venus, so being very diplomatic in any situation should they arise. All right, just being very diplomatic, being your authentic self. Okay, but just don't like fall into any if anyone's like fishing for like an argument or whatnot. Just stay frosty, be cool. All right, tap into your inner Chumbawamba all day, every day. Now, the other thing is, and let karma work its magic, should you find yourself in any of these situations, just be the better person in any situation. Now, the other thing is that I really want you to watch out for this too, because it may be a theme throughout the week. Mars squaring Pluto is, it also could be, don't overexert yourself. Mars is physical energy. So this is a time where you just don't want to overexert yourself. Like, do not try to lift a car this day. Okay. Like, save that for another day. All right. If you could do that, but definitely don't do it this way, because it can be like physically draining as well around this time. Okay. Now on Wednesday, you see, we have another square. We have Mercury squaring Saturn. So this is following Sun and Venus squaring Saturn. Saturn is in your 6th house. Saturn is in Pisces in your 6th house. So this is everyday activities. It's routine, your routines, but also work. There could be something here with work, like maybe not seeing eye to eye with a colleague, because it's also like, when we think of work, it's like the process of work and what, like hiring people, things like that, like labor or whatnot. So it is also, 6th house is your health and fitness and wellness. So you want to keep that in mind, okay? This is Mercury, the planet of communication, all right? The messenger planet, all right? Squaring Saturn, the authority. So there could be something here where, there is an authority figure. This is like the coach that's telling you, right? Giving you the message, hey, Tony Jones, I'm benching you. All right. I'm putting you on the bench. And that's that. All right. And so this is a day where, that you could feel like, like what is going on? You may not want to hear some things that are said to you. There could be some criticism this day with Mercury squaring Saturn as well. So this is also a time where it, again, could be you, but this really is something where someone could really get under your skin. But while you're sitting on that bench, just be observant, think about things, process things. Okay. This is Mercury we're talking about. All right. Mercury happens to be in Gemini in your ninth house of spirituality, your belief system, how you see things. So have that shift in how you see things. Okay. And remember, use these squares to, thrive and grow. That's what these squares are. Okay. They're pushing you, as I mentioned in your monthly forecast, or even last week, they're pushing you to grow and thrive and to, be your authentic self. All right. And so, yeah, this could be a testing, day as well. The most the biggest thing of all here is like not being hard on yourself. Okay. Never be like too hard on yourself, especially with this square. All right. So yeah, it definitely could be a day where someone really does get under your skin. Okay. Libra, but just exfoliate. Okay. Exfoliate with all that amazing Libra-ness that you've got. You're going to be awesome. You're very diplomatic. You know that. So just be the better person in the situation. Be mindful of the things that you say. Things can get a little heated around this time. Be mindful, this probably may not be a time to make agreements too with Mercury squaring Saturn. And so just, keep that in mind. Just be very graceful in these situations. Like I received an email from a colleague recently that was very passive aggressive, very like fishing to have a moment. And I responded, thank you so much. That's all I did. Nipped it in the bud. I, avoided that bear trap, So again, you can just, be graceful, be you, Libra. Now, on Friday, we have the sun conjuncting Mercury. This is absolutely amazing. I love this aspect. We have a Mercury cazimi. A cazimi is when a planet is in the heart of the sun. So this is a huge refresh. Huge refresh. A lot of clarity is what you're going to have, okay? Especially seeing things in a new way. That's why I want you to sit back and observe a lot of things this week. When, and being responsive rather than reactive in many situations, should they arise, okay? This is a great day, Mercury cazimi. You could have like brilliant ideas, a lot of problem solving around this time too. Mercury is in its domicile in Gemini. In fact, we have a lot of planets in Gemini. Remember, we have a stellium, we have Jupiter, the Sun, and Venus, and Gemini as well. All right, but just the fact that you're still going to feel very social this week, okay? And so with this day, with the Sun conjuncting Mercury, this is, you kind of have like a lot of leverage here, all right, with Mercury being in its domicile. So really great day for like writing, researching, negotiating things is a big thing here. Even travel could be something like you've been thinking about, like making reservations or taking a trip somewhere. So use this to your advantage. It's a really, really great day, this refresh of the mind. Now we get to Sunday, June 16th. We have Venus and Mercury squaring Neptune. All right. So now this is actually a bigger deal than this weekend. And I'm going to explain why. First, this weekend, on Sunday with Mercury and Neptune squaring Neptune. Neptune is with this aspect. It's just you seeking your truth, fighting your truth, and holding onto your truth beyond any fog, beyond any veil. All right. Remember, Neptune is with Saturn in Pisces. Okay. Neptune is spirituality. All right. Neptune's spirituality, it's imagination, it's intuition, it's compassion. And so in a square, you also see the other side of Neptune, which is illusion and delusion and confusion and escapism. And that is one of the biggest things here. Okay. Like avoiding things. And this is like, kind of like with this square, like it's this spiritual abyss, but Libra, you're a light. Okay. you're a shining light. Use your light. Tap into your spirituality. Tap into your intuition. Tap into that compassion that, you're known for, with Venus being your ruling planet. Break out the crystals. Do what you have to do, all right, to face any truths that you have to face around this time, all right? This is going to be, it feels a little bit like a wake-up call with these Neptune squares. Neptune, again, can be that fog around you, so it's having like 2 feet on the ground and not making excuses. That's what Neptune wants you to do. Neptune is pushing you into this escapism part, all right? So don't buy Felicia this weekend. Don't do any, stores closed, gone fishing when you're actually inside, scrolling through your newsfeed, whatever. Face the things that you have to face around this time, Neptune. Now, one of the biggest reasons why this is a big deal is because Neptune at this point is at 29 degrees. Now, let me tell you how big of a deal this is. 29 degrees, so there's 30 degrees. So 29 degrees, an aneretic degree. This is a critical degree. And Neptune is going to be at 29 degrees until about September, right? Because Neptune is such a slow moving planet. That's why it's here for, throughout the summer. And so this is something where, and a critical, at 29 degrees it feels like a graduation. It feels like a toast. It feels like everything that you've learned, through the whole process of Neptune being in Pisces and this sign, it's that build up. And it's again, what I said, kind of like a graduation here. But now here's what makes it interesting is that Neptune moved into Pisces into 2011. All right. Neptune is in a sign about 13, 14 years. Now, it is going to, after September, retract, go back a little bit. Okay. Then it's going to move into Aries. Neptune is moving into Aries in 2025 for a little bit. You get a preview of Neptune in Aries because Neptune goes back into Pisces. And then in February 2026 is when Neptune is at 29 degrees again, but it's full stop here. This is a full closing out before it moves into Aries for the next 13, 14 years. So this is going to be a big shift. Now, this is actually going to be a huge shift. So Neptune also, by the way, is the ruling planet for Pisces. So in its domicile. So this is what makes this very interesting is that this is a time where Neptune being at 29 degrees. So Neptune takes 165 years to make a full orbit, right? That complete cycle, of the zodiac wheel. All right. So when Neptune moved into Pisces in 2011, you have to think about what happened 165 years before that. And so moving back in time, we get to 1846. Libra, guess what happened in 1846? Well, that was the year that Neptune was discovered, okay, in the modern world. This is huge. Because Neptune is now officially making at 29 degrees its full first complete orbit and cycle. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? So Neptune moving into Aries, that brings a whole new ball game, okay? Whole football game, whatever it is. So keep that in mind. That's going to be a big thing. Neptune moving into Aries, but you have to finish off Neptune in Pisces at 29 degrees. So what is Neptune asking you at 29 degrees in Pisces? Well, it's asking you to use all that intuition that you started, since 2011, you were becoming a lot more intuitive. You were really doing everything that I said Neptune, represents, like being more spiritually active, things like that, right? So it wants you to use that to surrender the things that no longer serve you well, the things that no longer are meaningful for you, that maybe you're holding on to. There are some things where it's asking you to connect with your higher mind, okay? Your higher self, all right? In terms of letting things go that, again, hold you back, don't serve you well at all, and using your intuition, the intuition that you built since 2011 to do this, all right? So keep that in mind. This may be a big thing. So you could be very spiritually active, maybe even really intrigued by, divination, or even just, metaphysical things, the metaphysical arts, whatever it is. It could be something that could be very useful for you now as you complete this cycle. Say goodbye to something that doesn't serve you well on a deep spiritual level as well. before you move into this, before Neptune moves into Aries, which is going to be a big thing for you, Libra. I hope you know how big of a deal that's going to be, Libra, because Neptune moving into Aries, remember, Aries rules your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. So there's going to be it's going to be a big thing. It's going to be a big thing because Saturn's going to move into Aries as well. So you're going to have a lot of, anyway, we'll talk about that in 2026. The other thing is, actually the moon is going to be in your sign all weekend long. So that's going to be very nice for you. That's going to be very nice for you for this weekend. All right. Moon in Libra. Really love that for you, Libra. And so you could have, there's that sweetness with that, really nice energy there, with partnerships and relationships too. All right. So keep that in mind. That may be, something that is going to be, highlighted for you this weekend. So let's see what's going on for you, Libra, for June 10th to the 16th. Again, this is for Libra, Libra rising, Libra moon. If you want to read for any other placements in your chart, you're absolutely welcome to. And if you know your birth chart, sure, check out where your Neptune's at, what house it sits in. So, Libra, let's see what's going on for you for June 10th to the 16th. Okay. Libra Nation. Libra Nation bringing their station. Libra, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. It really does offer the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will. All right, we will. And I love y'all are amazing. And don't forget, by the way, even though we have these squares this week, we're coming out of that amazing new moon from last week, one of the best of 2024. We had Jupiter trining Pluto, which you're definitely going to still feel. I mean, you're feeling Venus conjuncting the sun. You're ruling. I mean, so many great things that you're still feeling. All right, these squares are just like a little bit like they're potholes. They're potholes. Anyway, let's do it. Let's see what's going on for you, Libra. You are wow. This is going to be a big week. There's going to be something that is going to be testing your gratitude, but wow, huge. All right, let's get started. You got the Page of Wands. All right, so Page of Wands came up in your past. So yeah, a lot of things that there's this potential here that you moved into. It seems like here that's you're bringing all this structure around, this stability around. Remember, with these Saturn squares, again, Saturn is structure. Saturn requires structure, and so it is in your sixth house of everyday activities. And remember, like I said, even work and health and wellness and fitness. So there could be a lot of structure you're bringing there. But with the Page of Wands, wow, that is a lot of energy moving toward the things that you're passionate about. Okay, things that you're passionate about. A lot of career energy here as well, in work and profession. But what are your passions? It seems like there's something moving there. It seems like you could have started something new too, something where you may have planted seeds, especially around that new moon in Gemini. But it's moving you in this direction where things are, like I said, are going to thrive and grow, and there's going to be all this abundance that you can look forward to. This is the page that. You see the leaves spreading from this wand, right? So this is the page that can turn that desert landscape into this lush, verdant garden of his passions, of every, the world that he wants for himself. Now, you see that you've got the Knight of Pentacles on the heart of your spread. Absolutely amazing. I really love this for you. Knight of Pentacles is someone that is, very diligent, very, determined too, and someone who is all about that structure and that steadiness and that longevity, that commitment energy. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who has planted seeds, all right, and is reaping his rewards. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. It's, the Knight of Pentacles is patient, all right, very patient. And this is someone who, Pentacles, money and wealth, right? But again, Pentacles are your physical reality, so your physical world. So there could be something that you've really committed to, or you will be committing to, all right, that's really nice, and you are in it to win it, all right? You're in it to win it, and you're putting a lot of passion into it, and a lot of really just like it's almost like there's nothing you want more than this path that you've creating for yourself, and doing everything to protect it. So making sure that it's smooth sailing. All right. Now you also have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands came up in your challenge area. Okay. Interesting that the Eight of Wands came up in your challenge area. When I look at your entire spread here, Eight of Wands is a card where it is a lot of movement. It's a lot of things are aligning for you. So this week it's fast. It's Eight Wands in their happy place going, at light speed, but they're completely aligning in this amazing way. It's in your challenge area. So this is saying that there's something that you're just like, maybe like a little bit, you're finding that like there's this patience that you have, but there's also this impatience. We're like, I need this to happen now. I need this to happen now. So this is saying like have that patience, okay? The other thing is some of y'all may feel like a lot of things may be moving too fast, all right? Because you have the Knight of Pentacles who is very patient, but then you have the Eight of Wands here where, you know, it can be the other way where it's like, okay, I'm trying to like get this, you know, steady and, you know, in this rhythm, but this is happening too fast and it's just throwing me off. So have that balance. That's you're so good at that. You're the symbol, you know, you're the scale, Libra. So just have that balance. And if you feel like something's not happening fast enough for you, something's not like landing for you yet, keep that in mind that the word yet is the key word. This is a weekly reading. Okay. It's a weekly reading. It's going to come. Now you have the Hermit. Very interesting that you got the Hermit in your crown because the Hermit is Virgo. Virgo does rule your 12th house. All right. So remember what I said with all those Neptune squares and then what's happening for the next, you know, for all summer. All right. Really just trusting your spirituality, like, you know, really connecting this soul searching energy. All right. Soul searching energy. The Hermit, like I said, Virgo, did I say it rules your 12th house? All right. So that is a subconscious. It's your intuition, it's spirituality, it's healing, it's all of those things. Now, the Hermit does that deep soul searching, but he's grounded in the present while he thinks about his future. All right. So really, really very earthbound here, but really, really nice. A lot of wisdom that you're seeking, okay, this week. And it could be a lot of these squares that, again, are helping you thrive and grow and be in that space, in that headspace where you are just so in tune in your authentic self. Now, you also have the Magician in the root of your spread, Libra. Absolutely amazing. This is really nice. Yeah, new things are happening. You know that, right? New things are happening for you. And it's pretty special, and you do have that power to manifest it. I mean, this is the first card in the, you know, Fool's Journey, the hero's journey. You have that power to manifest whatever you want at this point. He's got all tools of tarot at his disposal. Do you see that, right? The cups, the wands, the swords of pentacles, hand to the sky, hand to the ground, as above, so below. All right. So really, this is a week where you may feel that you have this charge about you. You have this charge about you, and you're making things happen, and you are communicating. All right, communicating that the things that you need as well. You know what's really interesting is the Magician is actually, attributed to Mercury, and Mercury is in Gemini. Remember that Gemini rules your 9th house of spirituality. So you have a lot of spiritual energy here. Remember, Nine of Pentacles is also Virgo. You have these two Virgo cards. Very interesting. But with the Magician, one thing that I want you to take note of is that anything is possible as long as you take that action, right? The Magician is all about action, taking action, right? As opposed to like the High Priestess card too, which is more passive. And so take that action to create this world that you want for yourself, this new thing that you want for yourself. It seems like you will be doing it. Now, you do have the Four of Cups in your future, so very interesting here. I'm actually going to clarify that one for you, but it is just saying that, you know, there may be something testing. That's what it is. And I'm not surprised with a week like this where there's, you know, a bunch of squares. So there could be something testing, and it could be testing your gratitude, right? And then you got the Five of Cups. And then the Nine of Swords. Wow. I'm going to do one more clarifier just to see. And then Justice. Very interesting. Okay. So yeah, if you don't have that gratitude, if you fall into these, you know, squares that are challenging, remember it's for the collective. Any of these aspects I said that where you could be the one that's like, right? It may be, remember, you may want to be just not doing that, because look at what's happening here. Look at the story here. This is so interesting. So you have the Four of Cups, and then you have the Five of Cups. So this card is associated with like boredom and apathy and, you know, not having gratitude for, you see the Hand of Spirit, by the way. This is how significant this card is. The Hand of Spirit right here only appears in the aces other than this card. And so the Hand of Spirit offering him a fourth cup. He already has 3 cups. Look at his reaction. Crossing off his heart. So you don't want to do that, okay? Especially if there's something, again, that hasn't come through yet. If there's something that isn't exactly what you wanted. If it if something should come through, or if you feel that you're bored with this specific thing but not doing anything about it. Remember, it's all about taking that action. Yeah, you could be very disappointed with what happens with any actions that you take that are possibly inaction. Okay. And I'm going to get to that in a second. That's a big storyline here. But you see now, after the 4 cups, you have the 5 of cups, right? So you don't have that gratitude. There could be something that happens that could be something that you're just like, oh, I regret that now. Okay. I regret that. And now I'm going to just keep thinking about it. I'm going to keep thinking about it. And I'm going to keep thinking about it. And it's going to be one of those things that could just really build up in your head. Okay. And all you have to do is, you see there's 2 cups behind the figure here. So again, so you see what's happening here. This cup is at eye level. There's no illusion here. He can see that. That is like right in his face. Refusing to see the 2 cups, okay? Can't see the cups here because he's so focused on, loss, something that he lost. So again, a lot of emotional healing in this card as well. But now, when that happens, you can't sleep, Libra. You can't sleep. You got to stay up at night, and it's got to be something that, again, it could be something that, actually, it could be something with career. It could be something with career. This is Moon in Cancer. This is Mars in Scorpio. And so these are 2, like, domicile cards. All right. So they're big. So this Cancer rules your 10th house. Scorpio rules your 2nd house. So 10th house is career, 2nd house is money, income, but also self-worth and self-value. Very, very interesting, right? And so there could be something with career, FYI, or, work or something that we're putting a lot of like energy into. Now, again, you don't have that gratitude, and this is what happens, and you get disappointed, and then it gets to a point where you're like, why did I do that? Because this is a card of like, like regret, and it's a card of like, even like, situations or circumstances that you find yourself in where it may not have even been you. It could have been just something within your world. Like if you had taken that action, you wouldn't be in this spot. And, there could have been, with these squares that are happening this week, by the way, again, it could be something that has to do with another person. Okay. But anyway, there is justice at the end of it all. How crazy is that, Libra? You are blowing my mind here, Libra Nation. Justice is you. Justice is attributed to Libra, just the way that you sit right in the middle of the zodiacs, right? Justice, it's right in the middle of the major arcana, all right? So justice will be served. Justice will prevail. This is you, like, karmically cashing in your, karma points and everything coming, the justice that you seek, okay? And it just seems like, you did get justice in your last week's reading, right? In the root of your spread. So now it's in your future. Okay. So you're moving toward that now. You're moving toward that justice. But do you see what's happening here? Remember what I said. There's a lot of inaction. Okay. So take that action. You got the Magician in the root of your spread this time. I say that because justice, sure, actions have consequences, but just as much inaction have consequences too. And so take that action and have that gratitude in your life and appreciate the things in your life that that bring out that gratitude. Okay. This is very interesting. This is really, really interesting here. But it does seem, this is all potential. All right. So just do not, have that, any expression of like, you're bored with something or, feel that apathy towards something. And I'm not saying that that's who you are or anything. You're not. You're Libras. I'm just saying those are keywords associated with this card. That's what this card is. And it showed up in your spread immediately following. The 5 of Cups is immediately following it. All right. So, and then the 9 of Swords. So you see what could happen if you don't, have that gratitude, and again, these squares just may be testing you in that capacity. All right, so but again, at the end of it all, you got your own card. This is again that balance. Remember the scale. You see the scale in the judge's hand. And what another interesting thing, everything in tarot, all the little details are so important. You see her white shoe sticking out from her robe. At first, you see the two gray columns here, wisdom, right? You see the white shoe sticking out of her robe. It's so tiny you can barely tell. That's just kind of like it's like a gentle reminder of the spiritual consequences that could happen. Remember, there's a lot of that spiritual energy that I just talked about with all this energy. Anyway, so do the things that are good for you spiritually. Do everything through a karmic lens this week and take action. Now, let's get to your stuff. Libra. Wow, I feel like I know you. Like, we're really bonding here. Libra Nation, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. And I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Libra, yeah, you are definitely going to, a lot of things are going to change for you. Yeah, a lot of things are going to change for you. You got the world. I mean, come on. You got the world. So here's the thing. The world, the end of the major arcana, right? We got the magician, we got the world. So yeah, there is something ending. There's something ending. You've come to the end of the fool's journey. But you see the dancing figure dancing for a reason. So be very proud of yourself, okay? But I want you to take action toward this, okay? I want you to take action toward moving into this next chapter in your life, this next journey in your life, all right? So have that drive and feel that passion to do so. But it seems like this is what you want. This is what you want in a really big, meaningful way. All right. You're ready to enter this new chapter in your life, which is really great. Really, really nice. And when I say new chapter in your life, like your entire life changing, like the rhythm of everything. The reason I say that is because this card is actually attributed to Saturn. All right. Remember Saturn and Pisces in your sixth house, everyday activities, like your entire life could be changing in a different way, in this big way. There could be something that is happening in your life that is moving you in that direction. So really, really great energy here. Now, you've also got the Six of Swords. So really great. This is that transition of your mindset moving into this place where it's just smooth sailing from this moment forward, having these ideas like I was telling you earlier with that Mercury Kazemi. Like, this is great. There's a lot of movement here, a lot of protection, a lot of forward momentum, but in a way where you're moving into like the promised land. Like, you can see they're leaving all these obstacles, and you can see the turbulent water that represents that, any challenges, into like it's like smooth state, like Tahiti, basically. Like that. This is great. Okay, and remember, swords of the mental suit as well, like the communication, logic, thinking, processing. But it's your mindset. But there is, it seems like, someone part of your journey that's doing this, and it could be an Aquarius. This card is attributed to Aquarius, by the way. It could be an Aquarius rising, Aquarius moon. You never know, but even still, there is, it seems like, someone that's with you for this journey, in it for the long haul, with you in this new chapter. Now, you also have the moon. Okay, so you got the moon where it's in your spread. What's very interesting is this card is actually attributed to Pisces, and in tarot, the moon is attributed to Pisces. So again, that is your sixth house of everyday activities, work, health, wellness, fitness. But it could be, listen, there is a sense of like some structures that you may have to just, because with Saturn representing structure, with Saturn in Pisces that you just pulled, you see the two towers here as well. There's like an old way of thinking and a new way of thinking, and you might be like right in the middle right now. Okay, remember, you're going to have this really big shift in mindset. Jupiter just moved into Gemini. All right, just very freshly there in your ninth house of seeing things in a different way. So you're definitely going to be shifting the way you see things. But I want you to not fear anything. Okay, fear is fiction. It's something that we just create in our heads. All right, so just remember that. All right, there's nothing blocking your path, and just really, really have that intuition, trusting your intuition. Okay, that is going to make the biggest difference here. Now I'm going to show you something that's also really crazy about your spread, is that The moon, card 18, 1, 8 equal 9. You got the hermit. You see the hermit's face on the moon. All right. So again, that soul searching, doing that deep dive. All right. Really going deep. Now, you have the 7 of Pentacles in your final outcome. Very interesting. It looks like there is going to be a sense of really letting go of something from the past. Really, really doing it now, because just with your spread here, there may be something that you're sitting on, thinking about this week, and you're just like, what should I do this? But don't be in a situation where you're like, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Say, have that pause. Remember, this is a week to observe things. Pause and think about your next step forward, okay? And building this path for yourself in terms of, what do you want to put all your energy into? What do you want to put your blood, sweat, tears, heart, and soul into? All right. This may be a week where you're really going to have to go deep. All right. And you already may be doing that here. Okay. You may be doing that here. I'm going to clarify the 7 of Pentacles for you too, but it is going to be, you listen, you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. Clarified. You got the 9 of Pentacles here. You just jumped over 8. You jumped over 8 where it's doing all that hard work. So it seems like you make that decision again. It's just a pause. All right. This is a pause. Things that you've invested in. It's time to not look back anymore. It's time to not look back. Use that to move forward. Okay. Have that clarity. All right. You're going to have that with that Mercury Kazemi. And then you have the 9 of Pentacles. Absolutely amazing. This is that abundance, that wealth. This is you having earned it too. This is you having earned it. So everything that you do comes from the action that you take. Okay. Nights are all action too. That's what nights are as well. So this is a big week of you taking action for the things that you want, for the reality that you want to create for yourself, the story that you want to tell, okay? Your life story. Now, 9 of Pentacles, you can see the symbol of Venus all over her gown. Venus, like I said, your ruling planet here. This is absolutely nice, really amazing. Love, relationships, money, okay? Venus is also money, but you can see all the abundance here, the full harvest here, her standing in her garden. But the key takeaway here is she earned it, okay? So this is a sense of like independence and freedom and, self-sufficiency, but also like having worked her way to have all of that. Okay. So this is really great. Another Virgo card, Virgo. Very interesting. But you have a great spread. You just definitely need to, something's going to test your gratitude. And again, with these Saturn squares, remember that's what Saturn's doing anyway, is testing you. Saturn is all about life lessons and tests are hard because that's what they are. They're not meant to be easy, but just as long as you're connected spiritually, even emotionally, everything here is just saying, trust your intuition and, make, karmically sound decisions. But the biggest thing of all is taking that action, facing the things that you have to, and then you have this world of abundance waiting for you and justice being served. Oh my gosh, Libra, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, let me know what's going on next week. We will talk about, we move into Cancer season, you know that, right? So everything like Venus, Mercury, it's going to be big. That's your 10th house of career. There's a lot of activity that's going to shift toward career. Okay. So Libra, thanks so much. Libra Nation, love y'all. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.